Wait, let me do a couple of things. I
It
like
is
this
Wednesday,
right
my
here.
dudes.
And one more.
Good evening.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a new episode of Live from the Lab with yours truly, qunique. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to be here today. Who we got? My man Gorilla Strong in the place. One Good Foot. My man Mir Depp. John Milburn. Bill Shapiro. Yeah, all the good party people are here today. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Good to see y'all. It's been, quite an eventful week for myself, getting this qunique and Rhythmatic album all together, and Machiavelli. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. That's right, it is. That's right, it is. Thank you, John Milburn. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. So I've been working kind of overtime to get this qunique Rhythmatic album all squared away. We just found the location for the first video. We'll be shooting that shortly. The first single is already coming out 2 weeks from this Friday. Yes, on the 27th. And this Friday, brand new Mother Fuzz single for all you lovers out there. It's just in time. It was a song written, and the subject matter works well with Valentine's Day, so we're releasing it the day before Valentine's Day. So while you're taking your loved ones out to dinner or a movie or to play skee ball or air hockey, you can listen to the new Mother Fuzz song, and I would truly appreciate it. What up, Alyssa? What's the deal? And if you're not really familiar with what's going on with Mother Fuzz, just go to the homepage here on YouTube, scroll all the way down, there's a little circle, it'll say Mother Fuzz. You can see all the music videos we've done and shorts and all of that good stuff. And there's also a page on Instagram, as well as it is streaming on every service, including Bandcamp. So you have all of these opportunities just to check it out, and I truly appreciate it. Also, if this is your first time checking out the show here at Live from the Lab, I appreciate you being here. Please hit the like and subscribe, and come and hang out with us, man. This is a dope community of really like-minded people. What up, Yeesh? What's going on? Well, it'll be out in 2 more days. A day and a half, really, because technically it'll be playing Thursday at midnight, Friday morning, very early morning. But you get to hear it then. It came out really cool. What up, Ja? What's the deal, son? What else? You know, today, before I get into the subject, I got my book report here. I got everything ready. Today, my book report is handwritten. But what I wanted to get into, I saw this clip, and it was a clip of Mos Def, Yasin, and he was, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the clip, but he was talking about a performer that had passed away really young. And he said that instead of people harping on what the performer had passed away from, which was Amy Winehouse. He was talking about Amy Winehouse because he and Amy were friends. She was friends with a lot of different MCs. And I personally never met her. I thought her music and her voice was just, she had an amazing talent. And unfortunately, she passed really young. But Mos Def said something very powerful. He said, instead of people, being hyper-focused on why she died and all of her troubles, what people should kind of pay attention to, or what they should pay attention to, is how much she accomplished in such a small window of time. And what he had said was how she was able to accomplish more in this small window of time than most people accomplish in 2 to 3 times her lifetime. And I thought that was a powerful statement. So I wanted to share with y'all because it even kicked me in the ass to remind me, like, you know, again, and I've said this a million times on the show, and I always try to be encouraging, but we're not promised time. We're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised anything. And so the more you pay attention to that and pay attention to your own personal time management, and as I always say, paying attention to the passions that you have and keeping in mind how time is of essence, it kind of gives you a whole new perspective on the entire discussion. And so it made me think not only of Amy Winehouse, but Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, Chester. I mean, the list goes on and on. Big L. You know, some of these people accomplished a lot in a very short amount of time. And so I just wanted to make sure I share that with y'all. If you get to maybe dig for the clip itself, it's like I said, it's Mos Def, and he's talking about Amy Winehouse. I don't remember who had posted it or what the title of the clip was, but it was a very, very powerful clip. So I just wanted to share that real quick. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Goodfoot. Thank you. Yes, it is book report day. Yes, yes, yes. So today we're gonna have some fun. This is actually a part 2. I want to get back into music collectibles. I have other episodes that we're gonna do a part 2 of, but today I wanted to get back into music collectibles. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I don't do it a lot, but whenever I come across something that I think is cool, I'll buy it. Either throw it in the stash, throw it on a shelf, whatever, but you get the point. All of us, I feel like everybody, not everybody, but most people like to collect things. And in my case, ultimately, I like to collect things that have to do with music. So I just wanted to start off real quick and just get into some of the more interesting things that I've come across. I'm gonna start it off with something really fascinating. So I was there was like this, yes, John Milburn, exactly. Yes. Bananas. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. So here's the first item. I went to this outdoor like flea market in Brooklyn years ago. And, you know, you walking by, everybody has their table out, what they're trying to sell. You know, it's usually stuff that they own and they're just trying to sell it. It's flea market stuff, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. And hey, yo, Stutters, is there some sort of fan going off in here or something? Thanks, buddy. So this first thing, I'm walking by this table and my eyes instantly like zeroed in on this item. And check this out. This person was selling this, an MTV correspondent microphone. It was the craziest thing. And he sold it to me. Look, it's got the on and off switch. He sold this to me for $5, bro. Like, I had to get this. I have this in a glass case in my living room. But I thought this was one of the more cooler things that I've ever had the chance to purchase. You know, this would be like if somebody was doing an interview outside in front of a club or something. Today on MTV News, we got Nas. And Nas, do you want to tell us about your projects this year? You know, one of them joints. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of the coolest pieces ever, man. It's not the best sounding mic. It has been plugged in and tried. It gives a very tinny sound. But I thought this was a really cool find, man. The MTV correspondent mic. There's one right there. Some cool stuff. Thank you, y'all. Okay, next. This is a good one. Now, I've loved this group from the first album on. What I love about this group is that they represent Brooklyn in a way that it's kind of like, you know, me growing up in Brooklyn, you always have certain types, right? Like if you go to Cali, there's certain type. You know, people make fun of they get the stereotypes, they make fun or whatever. I'm not making fun, but these guys represent um uh an element of street where street meets hip hop, and they do it to, in my opinion, they're one of the best to have ever done it. And what I'm talking about is the group MOP. This is an MOP headband. Like you would wear in the winter, you put the band over your ears and you have the dope MOP logo. I forgot what album this was promoted for, but what I can tell you is that the artist that did this design for them, his name is Carlos. And the reason why I know that is because Carlos had done 2 art pieces for me. One of them is a rock steady piece that he did, and the other was like this awesome arsonist painting that he did. For some reason I can't find the arsonist painting, and it has me a little stressed out. But I still have the rock steady piece. Hey, yo, Stutters, can you grab me that rock steady painting that's over there by the rest of the rock steady stuff? It's at the top. It's on the black. It's got the black backdrop. But yeah, so he had designed this for MOP. And I was so happy for him, man. I think the C right there is in the crack. That's his initial. This is what Carlos did for me. He did this rock steady piece with all the 4 elements. You see the MC, the DJ, the breaker, and the graffiti artist with the rock steady piece in the middle. So this is one of Carlos's pieces. This is a one of one that he did for me as a gift. It was a beautiful piece, man. Thank you, Stutters. So that's the same artist that did this MOP piece. Really, really cool, man. Yes, John Milburn, I definitely will. Thank me. Thank me. Not thank me. Thank you. Thank you, because you're all. Matter of fact, John. Matter of fact, John, you get. Wait, where am I, man? You get the bat thank you. Okay. Now to tie in with that, I found another very rare. That's funny, girlie. That was good. Max, what's going on? What's going on? Darling Outlook, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Who else is in the building? Thank y'all. Thank you for being here. Okay, so this next piece kind of ties in with what I just showed you. It's kind of like along the same types of items, kind of, sort of. And it's a Cool G Rap, DJ Polo, Live and Let Die ski mask that this was a promo item when this album was released. And the person that gave this to me worked for the label, Pendulum. I think this was on Pendulum Records, if I'm not mistaken, somehow. Or Pendulum was working it somehow. And the reason why I say that is because the DJ that used to DJ for my group, the Nomads, his name was DJ Mel Ice. He used to work for Pendulum. And may he rest in peace. And so he used to give me all types of cool promo items. And this is one of the more cooler promo items that I've ever had in my stash. Solid album, of course. It's G-Rap. And this is a sick piece right here. I also keep this in a glass case. I think I used to wear it back in the day. I don't remember, but not anymore. It's a really cool piece, man. Cool G-Rap DJ. But you don't see a whole lot of Cool G-Rap promo pieces, man. It's really cool, man. So shout out to Cool G-Rap. Tanya, what's up? What up, Nate? What's going on? Waving at the camera, what's the deal? Unless you outside, I don't know what's going on. All right, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. So this piece right here, it's crazy that I even have this. This was a group that was signed to Loud Records. I think they only released one album on Loud. They were a dope group. I have video footage of when the Nomads did a performance when they were hosting. It's actually the only Nomads performance that I have that I've uploaded. I didn't include their segment in that video, but still and yet these guys are OGs. They get my love and respect. And it's a Cellar Dwellers phone card. Phone card, bro. Like, look at this. How crazy is that? Like, I don't even remember how I got this. Obviously, this is like mid-90s when Loud was just killing the game. And it's got both members of the Cellar Dwellers on it. And it's a 23-minute phone card. That's when we used to use phone cards on the pay phones, man. This is the craziest thing ever, man. I never seen anything like this, man. And I happened to be like digging through some stickers, and this was in the pile of stickers, and I was like, what? Like, it was the craziest thing, man. Shout out to the Cellar Dwellers and the Cellar Dwellers phone card, man. Really cool, really, really cool item, man, right there. This is also another fascinating piece. I think my homie actually this is from Jive. So I'm guessing Al Lindstrom might have given me this. He was somebody that used to work for Jive, OG in the game, really cool dude. He used to give me like a bunch of vinyl from Jive every now and then. And this is an E40 baseball. Look, it says Jive Records and all that, E40. And in the back it says the Hall of Game, opening day, October 29th, E40. Really cool stuff, man. You don't really see like somebody using a baseball as a promo item for a hip hop album, but E40 thought way out the box. This is when, people were coming up with different ideas on how to promote an album. So I'm not really super familiar with E40's catalog like that. Obviously, I know who he is and I know some of his verses and stuff. But this is a really cool piece. I got to throw this in one of those baseball, like plastic holders. But that's the E40 baseball right there, man. Yeah, man, that's a cool piece. This is cool. It's a sticker. And I included this in today's like whole thing because yesterday I did my man Apathy. He does a show on TikTok, I believe every Tuesday night. And this brother's name came up, and we were all home. We're all homies. We're all from the same circle. And what's fascinating about this piece, and I'll show you, this is a Blackistan sticker. May he rest in peace, the great Blackistan. You know what I mean? Like, from Army of the Pharaohs. And, what's fascinating about this sticker is that Blackistan drew this. He was an artist as well as an MC. So obviously his talent, like as far as an artist is concerned, was just way off the charts. To be able to draw yourself like that is insanely, talented. And he was a dope MC, and what I could say is that honestly, he had a good heart, man, and he is gravely missed in the community. Shout out to Blackistan and the rest of the Army of the Pharaohs. This is a dope sticker. I don't think I'll ever peel this. I also keep this in my glass case. Blackistan, yeah, man. I did meet Pumpkinhead Bananas. So. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Andy Felix. I appreciate that. Welcome to the show. Thank you. So check it out. Bananas, I was me and Pumpkinhead came up at the same time. Arsonist, the Plague, Pumpkinhead, all of that. And I've known Pumpkinhead for a long time. And towards the end of his life, obviously, we didn't know. He and I were working on an album. We were going to release an album. There's 2 songs out there right now, Gatekeepers and What Can I Do? What Can I Do is on one of my albums. It's either on Legacy Series Volume 1 or 2, I don't remember, but that's me, Torre, and Pumpkinhead. And then we also released Gatekeepers, which is just me and Pumpkinhead. So that you could, I think you could find that on YouTube or one of your streaming services, both songs. But yeah, I've known Pumpkinhead for a long time, and you know, he's also greatly missed, not only by the community, but by his family, his children. So shout out and rest in peace to the great Pumpkinhead, for real, man. Thank you for that, man. You know what, Goodfoot? I used to be crazy like that. I got rid of a lot of stuff. I gave away a lot of stuff. I've sold a lot of stuff. So I'm not really on that tip. I used to have way more. And then, you know, as you get older, you just kind of like zero in on what you like and you discard what you don't really need. So I kept more of the things that I thought were super rare, you know, or just things that just spoke to me. So that's the deal. This next piece is crazy, like on so many levels, man. So this guy hails from Boston. He is a member of a group with Slane and Jason called Special Teams. But before that, he was a solo artist, killing the game. His first album, Life of a Kid in the Ghetto, was a smash. And I'm talking about Edo G. This is an Edo G and the Bulldogs water gun for the song Bugaboo. And they were handing these out. Look at this. The bag busted through the years, but it says Bugaboo on the water gun. And they were handing these out during the new music seminar. And I was really young at that time. And for some reason, I thought to like never fill it up with water and just keep it intact with the bag and everything. And so, thank you, John Milburn. I'm a music hoarder. There'll be other genres shortly, but this is one of my favorite pieces that I own. And shout out to Edo G. You know, he's got some of the best songs. I Gotta Have It, Speak Upon It, Gotta Have Money, Be a Father to Your Child. He has like so many classics, such a classic album. But this is it, the Bugaboo Edo G water gun. Pretty sick, man. Pretty sick. Put that over there. Since you guys keep on harping on the hip hop stuff, I'm gonna, and I'm sure Tanya will appreciate this one. So for those that know, I've been friends with the guys from Korn for quite some time. I've toured with them. I used to have a band with Fieldy, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'll tell that story one day in a full episode. I have some footage and all of that stuff, but we'll get to that another time. But obviously, hanging out with them as long as I have, I've gotten some cool things. I've given a lot of it away just to other fans, people that really love Korn. I'll mail it to them or whatever at that time. Right now, I'm down to a small pile of stuff. But this was cool. It's a Korn Zippo lighter that they were giving. Either they were giving to the band or they just had a very limited amount. And so I was able to grab one of these and keep it in the glass case with the rest of this stuff. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you for your lovely support. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you all for your support, whether you're here, hitting the subscribe, hitting the like, super chats, super stickers, super gifts, all of that. Thank you for your support. Or you can hit up qunique.com, but we'll get to that later. So this is the Korn Zippo lighter right there. Boom. This one is cool, and I actually have 2 of these. To me, this guy is one of the greatest lyricists of all time. Someone I would love to meet and just chop it up with. And I'm talking about, and this was a promo item. This is a Nas, it was written notebook with the Imagine That title. It's empty, like I never wrote in it. It's pretty cool, lined paper. And Columbia Records was doing this as a promo item. It was written, get it, write your rhymes, write your bills, whatever. Really cool item. And what's sick is I actually have two of these. So if I ever have an auction, I would definitely put one of these up, man. This is a dope thing to have. Obviously, at this point, very rare. This came out during the It Was Written campaign. Man, if you have a favorite It Was Written song, just throw it up in the comments. Verzuim, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome. I've done songs with Fieldy, obviously. We've done 4 albums together with Stillwell. It's not heavy music. It's more like a rock or an alternative rock. So it's not for everyone. And I've done songs with Jonathan, but we never released them. And, you know, I've talked about that before. Even overall, like sometimes you do songs with so many different people, it just stays on a hard drive, whether it's my hard drive or some other artist's hard drive, where you're just jamming together and stuff like that. Nas, It Was Written. But yeah, a qunique horn song, you know, who knows? Maybe sometime in the future. I think this one is pretty funny. Love them or hate them, you have to respect them. I love them. One of New York City's biggest bands and marketing geniuses, marketing and merch geniuses. And I'm talking about my Kiz Pez dispenser collection. You gotta love it, man. Like, this is crazy dope. I've had this for a little bit. This isn't as old, but you know, it's got a few years on it. It's a sick, like, tin box. The back is dope. Got Gene, Paul, Chris, Ace. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley. Really cool packaging. Of course, if Kiss did it, you know it's gonna be ridiculous and all of that good stuff. And I never opened it, so I'm sure, I don't know. I'm guessing Pez could last forever, who knows? But this is my Kiss Pez. You know, my favorite Kiss song is Lick It Up. That's my favorite Kiss song, man. I've said this a million times to people. I think it's the perfect hair metal song. And this is why, because whenever that song comes on anywhere, at any party, wherever I go, I'm instantly smiling. And I think that that's one of the key ingredients to a good song. If it makes you smile as soon as you hear it, good song. Regardless if it's silly or not or whatever, I don't even care about that. Obviously, if you see the video, you'd be like, okay. But Kiss's Lick It Up is my favorite shit. And here's my Kiss Pez dispenser. Shout out to Kiss. No, I never got to dress up as Paul. And that's a good idea, though. Nobody's I know, right? That's good, yeesh. Oh, my God. So here we go. That's that. All right. Moving on. Shout out to my big bro. This next one is pretty crazy. No pun intended. My homie, my big brother, Crazy Legs, he's done a lot of very incredible things in his career. And this, to me, was pretty cool. This was a Red Bull, Crazy Legs issued Red Bull collector can. At the time, Red Bull was sponsoring different, I guess what you would consider athletes and dancers. And they started with the legendary Crazy Legs of the Rocksteady crew. I got them to sign it again on the side. But this was one of those things that I emptied it. It kind of like was weird. It kind of like popped somehow. So look, the top never opened. It just kind of popped, and all of the whatever Red Bull is made of, it just kind of burst. But I got the can empty, and like I said, it's obviously you won't see this in any fridge in any 7-Eleven ever again. So I'm kind of happy I got it. It's a little dented up and all of that, but I keep it in a glass case. It says Champions of Red Bull, limited edition, Crazy Legs, hip hop pioneer, right there. Shout out to Crazy Legs, man. Pretty cool piece. Yeah, man. Okay. Oh, wait, I didn't even see this. It's made of gasoline. Oh my God, that's great. Okay, so this is also, I got a definite, so this is what inspired me to do the Vengeance is Mine collector coins as soon as I saw this. I gotta do something about protecting these. I could see it, but this is a Wu-Tang collector coin for the Wu-Tang Forever album. It says Wu-Tang 97. It's just a W on the other side. I have two of these. They're starting, the oxygen is starting to discolor it a little bit. I'm not sure if, I have to ask somebody if that could be healed or cleaned or whatever, but this is such a crazy piece. I've seen some of these on eBay for a couple of hundred. I caught these while I was working at Fab. When I was working at Fappies, the promo guy from Loud came through, gave us coins. There was a pamphlet that came with it where it said all of RZA's. I say this in episode 1 of Wu-Tang. I say this in the first episode of Live from the Lab, the Wu-Tang episode. I believe I talk about these coins and the pamphlet that I have where Jizza goes over all of these plans he had for Wu-Tang at the time, and it's fascinating. But these coins are just so sick. You know, I'm a big Wu-Tang fan, so I have to have these, man. This is a killer piece right here, man. Yeah, it's a dope coin. What up, Brian? Welcome. For real, Brian, I feel you. CLR, yeah, you think so? I have to see. I don't want to like. I don't know if anything can get peeled from this. Like, I'm gonna ask, but thank you for that tip. I'm gonna see what's up. Okay, let's put that over there. Okay, this next piece, I did this in my homework. Oh, actually, I got two more. Okay, cool. So this next piece, this is arguably the lead singer of one of the most influential punk hardcore bands of all time. And to many, he is considered one of the greatest frontmen of all time. And I'm talking about HR from the Bad Brains, ladies and gentlemen. This is an HR from the Bad Brains statue. Ill Bill gave me this as a birthday gift, and it's just a sick piece. It's designed by Archer Prewitt, sculpted by Tomohiro Yasui, and the costume, the cloth, the whole design of the shirt, the shoes and everything, is done by Mizuho Takayama. And they only made 1,000 of these in 2017. My favorite, and I think a lot of people, my favorite Bad Brains album is Eye Against Eye. This is just an amazing piece. Even like the packaging, if you get a chance to see these online, the packaging, the box that it comes in is even sick. So, you know, like they really made like a perfect, like you could see the energy in his just his actions. The sculpting is just amazing. The dreadlocks just going wild. And from what I understand, HR approved this design. So this, you know, this is sick, man. Like if you could catch these, you just Google HR figurine Bad Brains 2017 and Archer Prewitt, Prewitt. And this is an amazing piece, man. The chip tube, everything. It's so cool, man. So it's such a dope piece if you ever get to see it. Really cool. Okay, wait, now, this next one, I kind of messed this one up, man, and I'm kind of bummed. So I don't really collect these a lot, but Funko did this fascinating run where they took graffiti and they mixed it with Marvel characters, and they came up with this. It's called Funko Street Art. This is the Spider-Man one, and I messed it up. The head is not really attached. It's a bobblehead, obviously. It's got like all of these tags, and there's a little piece behind them that says Queens and New York. And, you know, I'm not really judging the art style itself. It's just more of a fascinating piece that they even did something like this. I thought it was really cool, paying homage to the element of graffiti, and knowing that most Marvel superheroes are based in New York, so the whole thing is just a very smart, you know, design and piece. I also want to show you that they did a few of them, and I'll tell you what they are. So you could see there they have, obviously I showed you Spider-Man. They also have Iron Man, Stan Lee, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Captain America. I think it's just like a really cool, trying to be good to you. That's right, baby. Lick it up. There you go, Tanya. You know the deal. Oh my God. So yeah, so if you ever get your hands on one of these, like I think it's a sick piece, man. I wish I didn't break the head. I might go back and buy the entire collection and be the hoarder that you guys say that I am. But I just think it's a really cool piece, man. I think that they did their thing. So shout out to Funko Pop. That was a really nice little twist. Yeah, the one above all, exactly. Okay, so the next piece, I gotta do it in two parts. So it starts with years ago when I was working on the which album? It was this, we were working on Stillwell's Supernatural Miracle album, and Phil D he's a very like he's a marketing like guy. He loves to design merch. He's done a lot of that for Korn. And he just has that kind of mind where he just likes to, you know, think about these things. That was his thing. And so he wanted to design some sort of Stillwell figure. And so I reached out to Esso from Czarface and S7L and Esoteric. And long story short, he introduced me to Stephen Cartoccio, who runs a company called Concrete Jungle. We'll get into all of this. I even got a little presentation for y'all. This is gonna be fun. Let me get my book report. Stephen Cartoccio, he designed a few things that we're gonna get into, but I had to lead it in with this, was that he had designed the first Stillwell like statue figurine of our mascot, Peter the Rhino. And he did such a crazy job. Look, the chain is like, his chain wallet is there, and he's wearing a Stillwell t-shirt, and he's got the bandana and all of that, and the Vans looking like half cabs, and he just sculpted just an incredible figurine, and it's solid. It's a statue. And we were so excited about this. I think we're all sold out of these. We had sold these years ago. And after that, you know, I went to Steven's website. I gotta, this is not a small piece. And the first thing that caught my eye, I had to get immediately, and that's a Sean Price figurine. This is one of the, with the Thanos glove. Look at that. So let me give you a little backstory on it. Like I said, Stephen Cartoccio for Concrete Jungle, he designed this. He only made 250 of these. The one that I'm holding is number 135. It has replaceable Hulk parts as well. And it's just an amazing piece. This is the only piece I ever brought from, look, got the P on the shirt. The sculpting of the face is amazing. The head comes off, you could switch it with the Hulk head that he has and the Hulk arm. And it's just, and he's standing on the gorilla, and there's a, you know, like the P, like the details are just crazy. I gotta be careful, I don't wanna break it. Got the P on the bottom with the number right there. And matter of fact, I'm gonna let Steven talk to y'all right now and give you some more about this statue, so check it out.
Cartoccio, aka Concrete Jungle. You're here at my studio in Jersey City. I'm going to show you an insight into the process of how I made the Sean Price figure. Usually when I do these alter ego hip hop statues, it's mixed with some elements of a comic book hero or villain. So for Sean Price, it felt only right to do the Hulk. So I knew I wanted him to be big and bulky and powerful. So he has a replaceable Hulk arm and head where he's kind of like in transformation almost. Then I'll take it to the computer. I use a program called ZBrush, which is, for me, it's the only program I use now. It's a great 3D model program. And I'll start just sketching the details then, making sure the shirt is correct. The anatomy is super important, obviously, with these kind of sculptures, especially if you're doing the Hulk. You know, you have to make all those muscles correct. For this piece, he was on top of the gorilla, paying reference to all the, or homage to all the album covers that have been done before. So you have to make sure that fur is all correct. Later we thought to do, as a pre-order exclusive, a Thanos hand, because that obviously ties into Sean Price's character as well. So we're gonna have an Infinity Gauntlet with him kind of right before the snap would happen. When the sculpt is all done, I'll put it into a rendering program, I'll paint everything up on the computer, and then that gets sent to my factory, which will build a prototype. And then we get that sent to us to check everything out. This is a material called polystone, so it's a resin mixed with essentially stone dust. So it has a feel to almost like a porcelain, but a very, very heavy porcelain, I would say. This is the packaging that we did for Ghostface Killah. And this is kind of the theme I've been running with the last hip-hop alter ego releases. So it's been this kind of space nebula scene with the head and the hand in the picture. Yeah, I just want to build out, like, I love comic books and I love the style that his album covers have been in the past, so I kind of want to stay with something like that, I think, and again pay tribute to what has come before this.
Just amazing. Steven, he's a phenomenal artist. He's done most of the Wu-Tang members as statues. He's done Kool Keith, Czarface, Nas, Rakim, Mobb Deep. He's done a lot. I haven't memorized all of them. That's fucked up. Look what happened. And I gotta figure that one out. The chain, I just broke the chain by accident on my figure, which really sucks. Peace, Machiavelli. See you on Friday. So that, just wanted to show you with that. The story about Peter real quick was, the reason why I did the whole rhino and called him Peter was, the rhino was just more like just, you know, loving the animal, you know, just being fond of rhinos. And what I also did was I named them after my cousin. My cousin Peter was the first person to introduce me to heavy music with Black Sabbath when I was a kid. So I always wanted to, I guess, pay homage to him for being that person, the first person to ever introduce me to that kind of music. And so when I had the opportunity to do that, I had the Peter figurine made and named it after him. And so shout out to my cousin Peter. Amazing. Thank you, John Milburn. Oh, that's what's up, bananas. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's what's up. And so I think, did I get to the end of everything? Looks like I got to, oh, I got one more thing. I got two more things to show. The first thing is, people have always asked me, and I thought this came out kind of cool. People that, not a lot of people, a few people have asked me, will you ever do a qunique figurine? And, you know, it always depended on who was gonna do it and how it was gonna happen and all of that stuff. I hope to do one day. I did one for Stillwell, not the Peter one. There was a Stillwell 3-figure set where it's me, Fieldy, and Wov. Those have been sold out for a long time. But then a good friend of ours was Richard Morrill, who used to be the front man for the band that would evolve into Korn, which was LAPD. He was actually the first front man before Jonathan Davis came into the fold. And one day we were hanging out and he had this machine and he was doing like little 3D graphics or whatever, and he told me to sit down, and he was like with this machine, and he did this for me. He did this sculpt of me with the hat and all of that. I thought it was always sick. So this is this is the closest that I got to a new qunique figure. Obviously, I don't think Richard is going to be the guy to do it, but it's such a good job what he did. I thought it came out really, really sick. So who knows, man? But that's the, I guess you would call this a qunique bust. Really cool stuff. Shout out to my man Richard for making this happen right here. And lastly, this isn't really like something that was available on stores. It was more like designed, and it's going back to something I showed earlier. There's a legendary b-boy out here by the name of Easy Rock, and he was a member of the Rocksteady crew. And one year he made these train medallions, and I always thought this was sick. That's all his work. Like, aside from being one of the most outstanding b-boys I've ever seen, he designed this. And you can see it right here. Rocksteady crew, established 1977. Easy Rock, RSC, ETC, Zulu. So sick piece, man. Easy Rock, you get. Come on, man. You get the props right there, man. This is really cool stuff. So that is the end of the collectibles segment of today's episode. That was a lot of fun. This was part 2. But to continue on, still on the collectibles tip, but this one's more unknowing. I have my final pack of Superstar cards. I'll go through this really quick. A little card reveal. We'll have a little fun with this. Let's see how many we know. We'll go through this really quickly. First up the bat, legends of the game, The Who. Yes, yes, yes. Outstanding musicians, iconic, classic rock. Again, Led Zeppelin. I think I'm getting some doubles, so if any of you order any merch, I might be throwing some of these double cards in the orders there. So there's the Led Zeppelin, the great Eric Clapton, right there. Boom, boom, bow. Awesome Eric Clapton. Ooh, dope. A metal band from, I guess, the 80s. Living Color. Cult of Personality. Right there. The great Living Color. Zakk Wylde, one of the most outstanding, talented guitar players on the planet. Played for Ozzy. Played, what is the... Somebody help me out here. What am I thinking of? The name of his band, damn it. Come on, come on. Tell me something. Tell me something. I hate when I do that. Black Label Society. There we go. No assist here. Oh, Guar. I haven't gotten a Guar card. That's pretty cool, man. The great Guar. Boom. Living Color again, another Living Color card, man. 2 different poses, really cool. I like that. Of course, because I mentioned them earlier today, I got one, and somebody asked, a Kiss card, ladies and gentlemen. Lick it up. We got the Pretenders. The London Choir Boys. I'm not really familiar with this band right here. Formed in London 1986, the London Choir Boys built their reputation through live performances. The first album, Bit of What You Fancy, in 1990. Law and Order. Building from New York City, Law and Order looks south for more of its stylistic inspiration, the band Law and Order. Tone Loc with the funky Cole Medina right there. Somebody asked, I saw somebody say it in the chat, MC Hammer's son. The great MC Hammer. A lot of miles, I'm not really familiar with her work, but let's see. I knew from the age of 5 I would be a singer. She started playing guitar at 11. Got signed to Atlantic Records. A lot of miles. George Michael, rest in peace, the great George Michael. We all know his big hits right there, Boom Boom Bow. Here's another band right here, the Google Dolls. And I don't want me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. The Google Dolls, Iris. Dred Zeppelin, cool band. Circus of Power, if anybody knows that band, Circus of Power. Emerged from Manhattan's Lower East Side grunge rock scene in 1987. Okay, I'm not really familiar with this band. Now I'm curious to go look them up. House of Lords. My money's on that they are a very hair metal band, I'm guessing. U2, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Yep. Thank you, Yeesh. Ooh, Michael Bolton, son, with the fabulous hairdo right there. The great Michael Bolton. I know Michael Bolton, funny enough, none of his lyrics are popping in my head right now. Well, that's the whole pack of that. That was fun. Oh my God. You did, John Milburn? I gotta check them out, man, because once I hear grunge and it's a band that I'm not really familiar with, I'm curious to see. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. I forgot how, let me see. How did Stutters, how did we do this with the shop? I forgot. Just add it to stage? Just add it to stage, right? Yeah, I got it. So remember, for those that wanna, so first of all, just to remind y'all, the link, the pre-save link for the first qunique Redmatic song off of our album, it's called Cypher Up. The pre-save link is on the homepage of qunique.com, q-unique.com. You go over there, click on it, and pre-save it so that when it comes out, you can listen to it right away. Also, to show more support, just hit the shop. And once again, there's all the merch. You can see it right there. You know, shirts and CDs and posters, sticker packs, the coins, the pins, all types of different designer shirts and whatever have you. Even got stuff on Amazon that links directly to the website. So you could check all of that out right there and have a lot of fun with that. So that's the deal with that. And thank you in advance for your support. So I'm gonna keep on looking. Goodfoot. I'm gonna see what other cards I can find, man, for reals. What up, Raps and Riffs? What's going on? So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get in the booth and we're gonna repeat today because I got a song that's coming out that I'm excited about, and I'm gonna get into it. We're gonna have some fun. So yo, Stutters, I'm gonna pop this on right now, and I'm gonna leave this up to you. I'm gonna go straight to the booth right here, and that will be right there. And I'll see y'all in the booth. Let's go. What up? We're gonna do this cypher up. Brand new song dropping February 27th. Give y'all a little free taste. Keep on practicing the lyrics. These are still new to me. Gentlemen, qunique, DJ Redmatic cypher up, dropping February 27th. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Thank you for the love and support. I will see y'all on Friday. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Peace!